But we already know the rest of the story, don't we? And that's the thing about Holy Week. It is just so true. It would be easy to skip from the celebration today to the celebration next Sunday. But so much happens in between. A lot of it will happen right here. You don't have to miss it. But do you want to go through it? Are you willing to understand that out of celebration comes other things? That sometimes the end of the parade isn't a happy affair completely. Now, we do know how the story ends. We know at the end that there will be new life and new possibility. But until we can have a bit of that experience of the depth and the darkness and the lack of certainty, we can't really understand the whole cycle of life. Because it isn't just resurrection. It is life, and then death, and then new life. And I encourage you during this week to come and experience some of that, so that next Sunday we can launch into that celebration with the full knowing of mortality and what lies beyond. I'm convinced that having that knowledge, that we all, I think, have at some level or another, we've experienced loss, or we've experienced death, or we've imagined our own, and yet part of our story is that we return to celebration at the end of all that. We know that story, and we live it out again in this week. And again, I encourage you to come and experience that. But to also know that right alongside this time of celebration, which we're not going to let go of, we are not going to let go of the celebration, and yet we are going to face the truth of this week and what it represents in the life of our faith. The story is all there. The whole story happens between now and next Sunday, practically. We get to live that out in real and concrete ways. We get to stand with Jesus at this time of celebration. We get to be with Jesus as he was gathering with his disciples in that upper room where he washed everyone's feet. We get to stand with Jesus during that time that he was hanging on the cross. We get to stand with the disciples on that Holy Saturday when they couldn't figure out what the heck was going on because they had just lost their leader. And then we come back again. If you're one of those early risers, you make your way up to the parking lot of the Lawrence Hall of Science and you watch the sun rise over the Bay Area as we celebrate that first glimpse of hope and possibility. But this is the time when we get to look life and death right in the face. I know some of you at this very moment are doing just that, in one way or another. And we all need to be prepared for that, in one way or another. It's such a powerful time. Such a powerful time. And what a privilege to be gathered as community, to know that all together.